Hi, good evening. Welcome to Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, you've probably seen the video now, by now, about our little Pomeranian dog, and we haven't had him for very long. Only 2 weeks or something, I think it is, max. And during that time, well, he's kind of worked his way right into our hearts, and we absolutely love him. It would be absolutely wonderful if we could train him not to poop other than outside, but, well, we're having cause to think that even that was not a very high price to pay, because we noticed that he wasn't doing too well. Nothing really marked, except that we knew for one thing that he needed the last of 5 inoculations, jabs that young puppies have. And so we'd taken him into the vet, who is a wonderful Dr. Karen, as we know her. Dr. Karen and her husband, who have what is now, I believe, the only veterinary surgery in Taliban, and heaven sent, certainly for us, because we've been there many times and are very happy to report that Dr. Karen's and her husband, their love and attention and caring concern for dogs has earned them certainly a great place in our prayers. So we took Ryder, our little guy, in, and it turned out that he has something that is very serious. He has some kind of parasite-borne malady, disease, something that's causing him a little bit like dysentery. It's causing him to poop a lot and to vomit, and of course you can't do that to an extreme unless you can ingest more than you get rid of. Then there's only one thing that you can do, and that's probably die. And I'm only saying that because I know that Beth doesn't watch or listen to every single word that I say on these videos. But we're now very worried about our little Ryder, and he's been taken in to the surgery and is going to be with the doctor for as long as it will take to save him, if he can be saved. Not to sound too clinical about this, but it did start me to looking at how, well, probably one of the most used phrases, overused, abused, disused phrases ever, is that the dog is a man's best friend. Now, for someone who's never been incredibly attached to dogs, this always seemed like something that wasn't that was strictly for a dog person, and probably that's still true, except that we did have a loss very recently, which those of you who have followed our videos will know. And that was with Golden, our little redhead cat, who had been with us ever since we got back, well, almost ever since we got to Bohol. And it just makes me understand. I've seen the bond, special bond that can form between other people. Golden was something else. Golden used to come up when I was making videos and sit in front of the camera. Used to come up and jump on my shoulders and lay there as if they were adorning my shoulder, and it would be almost impossible to ignore Golden. All kinds of fun things that she used to do, and without going into one of those people who starts talking about every little tiny thing that their beloved animal used to do. Golden was a very special little cat, and Beth, of course, had the most conversations with her, which she used to talk to Golden as if Golden understood every word, and Golden used to lie on her chest and look up at Beth and actually look as if she did understand everything that was said. And then suddenly Golden disappeared, and we still don't know what happened to her. Now the thing is that sometimes, very often here in the Philippines, what we've noticed is that unlike Western animals, the animals here, when they're going to die, they know it, and they take themselves off to do it alone. Now we've had this happen to many animals, but we usually find them, and so there's closure. Our animals, with the exception of Golden and some others that we tried to have the same relationship with Red, our young dog that we had, and a slightly older dog was Pogi, the handsome half sheep, half dog dog, who was indeed a handsome dog, and they are still with us, but they choose to be yard dogs. We try to have both of them as indoor dogs, and it's not their thing. So every so often both of them at various times will come and visit, but as soon as they walk in and say hello, so to speak, you end up seeing them at the door again as they want to go out. So in a lesser kind of way, we lost both Pogi and we lost Red, but they're still there, and so we still get to enjoy them at a different level. I don't suppose anybody who has never been close to an animal will understand it when I say that we'll never be able to replace Golden. It's just not possible. Golden was a special animal who chose to be to bring us close to her. She wasn't just a cat. I know that a lot of people who tend to rush to criticize were going, "Oh my God, listen to him talk." And yeah, you can listen to me talk. We were very close to Golden. I absolutely loved her. Couldn't imagine how it would be to lose her, and then we did. We tried to get close to Turtle, who didn't quite work out, and eventually moved in with Nana, and he comes and visits every so often. So is it just me? Is it just Beth who would get that close to an animal, as we have now gotten close to our little fur ball, which is how I affectionately refer to Ryder, because he's just a great big ball of fur. Well, we were going to take him to the vet anyway, but Beth bathed him tonight, washed him, and he came in looking like a drowned rat, and I put him on my knee on a towel, and got the hairdryer out, and I gave him a hairdry session, which strangely enough he absolutely loved, and he lay on my knee and took it all in his stride and absolutely loved being blow dried until he was a fluffy ball. Well, we still had no inkling that anything was wrong, and we took him to the vet, and we left him there while we had a visit out to make another video at a school, and when we came back we got the news that he has somehow ingested a parasite which may well kill him. Sorry, I'm still a damn foreigner saying things as they are, which Beth would never say. So now he's on a drip, as you may have seen on the other videos, and we're hoping for the best. So what can we say? We're hoping that everything will be okay. It may take 2 or 3 days to actually see whether Ryder's going to be able to beat this, and apparently the odds are extremely high against him doing so. So far the vet tells us that, and by the way, this is not a small town witch doctor type vet. This is a well-trained professional, and they put some samples from Ryder under the microscope, and they've identified this particular, she said it was like struggling for words in English, she said it was like an amoeba. But anyway, they've seen something in that sample from Ryder that's wriggling around and that is going to try to kill him. So we're trying our best to save the life of this little dog, which means so much to us. And there, when the shoe was on the other foot, that little dog in some way knew that it had a job to do. Now, I've seen videos on YouTube, and one particular one where quite a large dog, a Labrador, was with its owner, a young woman suffering from depression, and had an anxiety attack sitting on what looked like a park bench, and the dog knew it, and actually practically climbed on her knee and put its paws around her neck and just was there, kind of a saviour. And of course, if you really look for those kind of videos on YouTube, you got any doubts, you'll find a gazillion of them to prove you wrong. So if you spare a thought for our little guy, we'll be very happy for that, and we'll let you know what's happening. So Foreigner in the Philippines, bye for now.